After 5 years of negotiations, the United States and 11 other Pacific Rim countries have reached a free trade pact called the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP.
After more than 5 years of intensive negotiations, we have come to an agreement that will support jobs, drive sustainable growth, foster inclusive development, and promote innovation across the Asia-Pacific region. Most importantly, the agreement achieves the goal we set forth of an ambitious, comprehensive, high standard, and balanced agreement that will benefit our nation's citizens.
Well, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the TPP, will be the world's largest free trade area.
There are so many little points to negotiate that talks have been ongoing for 10 years. The 12 countries involved are looking to strengthen their economies by linking them together, and they're already pretty strong, accounting for a combined 40% of global GDP. If it all goes into full effect, it'll build on and supersede a network of past trade deals, like the North American Free Trade Agreement between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Trade between nations will be boosted by eliminating many tariffs and other methods countries often use to protect domestic industries from outside competition. Examples of protected markets are beef and cars in Japan, the dairy and sugar industries in the United States, and state-owned enterprises like Chile's largest copper company and the Vietnamese telecommunications service. Along with eliminating barriers to trade, to create a fair playing field for competing businesses, all countries involved will have to meet certain negotiated standards, like environmental protections that ban trading in endangered species and illegal logging, or enhanced labor standards, like the right to form a union, the abolition of child labor, and banning workplace discrimination. Here, the Obama administration is incentivizing governments to create more responsible social policies in exchange for stronger economic ties with America and some of its closest trading partners. The elephant in the room in all of this is China, which isn't involved in the talks. That's because one of the main objectives of the deal is to offset the power of China by strengthening North America's connection to several of China's neighbors. And the deal has been crafted in a way to eventually include others, like South Korea, Indonesia, the Philippines, Taiwan, Laos, Colombia, and Thailand. At home, Obama has received pushback from Democrats in Congress concerned the deal would be bad for American workers. They want guarantees the U.S. will enforce rules preventing foreign companies from flooding the U.S. market with goods and services that undercut products made in the good old U.S. of A. Another big criticism is that certain proposed patent and copyright rules in the deal could keep the cost of medicine around the world higher than it should be.
Tim Ryan is one of Ohio's longest-serving members of Congress and co-chair of the House Manufacturing Caucus. So has he actually seen what's in the 12-nation Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal?
No.
Fact is, few members of Congress have, and those who get to must do so in the basement of the Capitol under the tightest of security.
Right now, you have to go into the same room that we get classified briefings in. That's how secretive this whole process has been.
In that room, Ryan says they can't have staff with them to help break down the language in the deal. They can't talk about what they read once they leave, and any notes they take must be left behind. He says that's only seen in matters of national security.
And to have that same thing happen for a trade agreement where our jobs are at stake, our communities are at stake, investments is at stake, it's kind of mind-boggling.
That's why he and other Democrats are at odds with the White House. They fear TPP is a repeat of NAFTA. The president says it isn't. Ryan says, then show us.
At least let us see it. We know what it's modeled after, but if it's different than that, show us exactly where it's different than that, and maybe we'll change our minds.
It took 7 long years, but on Monday, the U.S. and 11 Pacific partners announced they had reached an agreement on a trade deal that knocks down a lot of trade barriers and attempts to increase the flows of commerce between the U.S. and allies in the Pacific. This is not a done deal yet by any means, in the sense that it has to be approved by legislatures and by the Congress in the U.S. That's not going to be easy.